What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Burgess, and in this video, I'm gonna tell you about why I joined the Navy. One of the reasons that I joined the Navy is because I just don't think that school is for me. School, college, that shit just not for me. I just feel like colleges, most of that shit you will never need after you graduate, and that shit's stressful as fuck to me. You spend all this time doing all this studying on shit that's never gonna help you after you graduate. You know, it is some things that they do teach that you really do need, but it's like I just feel like most of that stuff it just wasn't for me, you know. And also I feel like college is a scam. I feel like if you don't have a plan for after college, that shit is a waste of time. Because most people, this is what most people do. They graduate high school, pay thousands of dollars to get into this college. They graduate, work at a regular store, and then they working all these hours just for most of that paycheck to go back to paying back that college that they went to, or to paying back loans. And they could have worked that job without even going to college. That's just how I feel like. I just feel like it's just a scam, you know. You pay them all this money to learn shit that never helps you after you graduate, and that never really helps you be successful, accomplish your goals and shit that you would need to make some real good money. So I just feel like if you don't have a plan for after college, that shit is gonna be a waste of time. Most people go to college, have fun, or a lot of people go to college, have fun, attend all these, have time in their lives partying and shit, doing all that. But then when they graduate, they didn't really have a plan, and they just like, damn, what am I gonna do? And they end up working at a regular ass store, and then they have to, worry about paying back those college loans and shit. And really, they could have had that job. They could have just not went to college and just had that that regular job. We didn't have to worry about paying back that college. So now they working for most of that paycheck to go back to paying that college that they went to. And I just feel like I wasn't about to take no chance to spend thousands of dollars to go to a college just to graduate and work to pay them back. I just don't. I wasn't trying to do that. The other reason I joined the Navy is because I wanted to get out of my city. I love my city. I got love for my city, but it's toxic to me. Cleveland is full of a lot of not everybody, but it's a lot of hating ass people that don't want to see you win. They'll support you. It's only so far they'll support you. They want to see a lot of people, a lot of people they want to see you do good, but not too good, like not better than them type good. As soon as you start doing better than them, that's when they coming after you. That's when they start hating on you and they start plotting on you. That's a lot of people in Cleveland get killed. It's a sad story, people start doing good, get a car and stuff, get some money, and then they got their own friends trying to set them up. Like it just happened, it's happening so much, like it's so bad in Cleveland that they have a Cleveland members page, 100,000, like over 100,000 followers, and they always posting somebody that got shot, somebody that got killed, somebody that went missing. It's just a bad environment. You don't want to be around that shit. That shit brings you down. And it's toxic. It's a lot of good parts of Cleveland though, but like it's overall it's toxic. I had to get out of my city. I had to get out. Make some, and also they pay for college. Part of your the GI got the GI Bill. That shit takes a lot of money off. That shit save you a lot of money. You can actually take a class that you're interested in, and get a degree from it. And then after you get out the military, you go and you make a career out of something with that degree. So that saves you a lot of money too. That was another reason that I joined. But yeah, I also want to travel. I want to see what it's like in other cities. A lot of people grow up their whole life in just one city and don't even know what other cities is like. They only know that one place. It's like, I want to see the world. I want to see what it's like in other places, and I want to settle somewhere else too. I want to settle somewhere else, like a good environment. No negativity, no hating ass people. I just don't want to be around that. So it's another reason I joined. Another reason I joined is that I wanted a career for myself. I didn't want to just graduate high school and go to work in a regular ass job for the rest of my life. I want to go make it. I want to go have a career. You feel me? Another reason I joined is because I want to be. I love my people to death, but I just don't want to be in a space, be under their house, for the next couple of years. I want to get out as soon as possible. I want them to have their own spot for real. I don't want to take a space in their house. I want to get out as soon as possible, and then get my own place. Wherever I station at. I'm still in A school right now. Wherever I station at, and I rank up, be able to get my own place. I have my own shit. You know, I ain't want to be up under my mom, you know, in the crib. You know, I ain't want to do that. I want her to have her own place, like 100%. I don't want to clog no room, take up no room, nothing. But yeah, that's what I want to join. I also want to do something for my country, man. Like the job I got is nice. I like it so far. It's not as bad. People make it seem like you go to the military, you go on to war, you destined to die. Another thing that I don't like is like how people like to assume shit about the military. Like they assume that when you listen to the military, you basically signing up to die. It's not like that at all. A lot of people that have no clue about how the military works, be texting me like, oh yeah, bro, they about to shoot at you and all this, you know, corny ass shit, trying to be funny and shit. That shit don't be funny at all. And that's not even the case. It's like, and if you say a war does break out, you're gonna do what your job needs you to do, which is not. Like, for example, so a corpsman in the Navy is basically a doctor, do the same shit in the civilian world. Is a doctor in the civilian world. So say a war breaks out, you think they about to throw them out there to be shooting back and forth with trained killers and stuff like people that like does combat and shit. You think they about to throw them out there to just be shooting and shit and get shot at? No, you do what your job requires you to do. So say a war breaks out, what they'll be doing is say somebody that did get shot at, like that's trained to do it, like for example, like a Navy SEAL, for example. The corpsman's job, like in the war, like they would do what they usually do, would be to help them, like to perform, you know, like help them, like say they get shot, to, you know, check them out, you know, help patch them up and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like they would do what your job requires you to do. So say I'm a BM, and say a war breaks out, I'm gonna do the same thing I always do. So report everything, like what my job requires, like, you know, report what's going on and stuff. Like if I'm standing watch, something like that. Another thing would be like to search and rescue. Like that's another thing to do. God damn, bro, are you loud, man? God damn, bro. But yeah, sorry about that, man. But say somebody drowned or somebody in the water and need help. Our job would be to save them. Hey, damn, bro. God damn, come here loud as fuck, man.
What you doing, man? Fuck.
Record a video, bro.
All right, shit, just edit this shit out.
Damn, man, come here, screaming and shit. But yeah. Damn, man.
Keep it in there. Put it in the Bluetooth.
And I keep that bitch, man. But look, we will be helping them. We'll be helping them. You know, help getting them out the water and shit. That's our job. We're not about to just, you know, say your job is, for example. I'm gonna pick an example for like, what would you pick for your job? Say your job is trying to figure out. Say your job is a Navy diver, for example, or somebody that I don't know too much. I could be wrong in this situation. Not with them shooting. They're not gonna be shooting. I know that for a fact. They're not gonna be, you know, shooting and shit. But I think what they do is like they go in the water and they go underwater and they perform repairs on the ship. So say somebody shoot at our ship and shit, and there's a hole in the bottom of the ship. They will be underwater working on that hole. They're not just about to be out there, you know, shooting shit. You're not trained to do that shit. So why the fuck would they throw you out on that? And that's a big misunderstanding that people that's not in the military like to think about the military. You do what you train, what your job needs you to do, requires you to do. They're never going to make you do something that you're not trained to do. So that's exactly what happens. Another thing, matter of fact, that's all I got for y'all. That's why I joined the Navy. It's your boy. I'm gone. And if y'all got any questions, just feel free to drop some questions. I know I come off a little pissed off because I'm pissed off right now because like people really do think that shit. That's not the case. That's not what happens. But shit, I'm out. If y'all got any questions, feel free to drop below in the comments. I know I always get back to y'all and I'm holler back at y'all. Virgins out.